Did you know that during World War II, two Allied powers invaded a neutral nation, fundamentally altering its destiny and sowing seeds of mistrust that resonate to this day? Prepare to delve into the strategic complexities and lasting impact of Operation Countenance, the 1941 Anglo-Soviet invasion of Iran. This pivotal event, often overshadowed by the grander narratives of the European and Pacific theaters, offers a crucial lens through which to understand the intricate geopolitical tapestry of the Middle East. In the early 20th century, Iran, then known as Persia, found itself a crucial geopolitical chessboard. Its vast oil reserves, discovered in 1908, and its strategic location, bridging Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, made it an irresistible prize for global powers. Reza Shah Pahlavi, who ascended to the throne in 1925, embarked on an ambitious modernization program striving to assert Iranian independence and develop the nation. Reza Shah sought to balance the traditional influence of Britain and Russia by cultivating ties with a third power, Nazi Germany. Germany, lacking colonial ambitions in the region, appeared to be a neutral economic partner, offering technological expertise and trade opportunities without the historical baggage of Anglo-Russian rivalry. This strategy, however, would soon prove to be a double-edged sword. As World War II erupted, Iran declared its neutrality, a stance Reza Shah genuinely wished to maintain. Yet the escalating conflict and Germany's rapid successes in Europe made Iran's position increasingly untenable. The growing presence of German technicians and businessmen, though ostensibly for economic development, began to alarm the Allied powers. For the Allies, particularly Britain and the Soviet Union, Iran's neutrality was a luxury they could ill afford. Britain relied heavily on Iranian oil for its war machine, and the Abadan refinery was the largest in the world. More critically, with the German invasion of the Soviet Union in June 1941, a vital supply route to the Eastern Front became an urgent necessity. The traditional sea lanes to the Soviet Union were perilous, either through the Arctic convoys or the long Pacific route. A land corridor through Iran, connecting the Persian Gulf ports to the Soviet Caucasus, offered the most viable alternative. This Persian corridor was deemed indispensable for delivering Lend-Lease aid to the beleaguered Red Army. Allied intelligence reports, some exaggerated, painted a picture of a burgeoning German fifth column within Iran. The presence of several thousand German nationals, many in key industrial and infrastructure roles, fueled fears of sabotage or a pro-Axis coup. The Allies believed that Iran could become a base for German operations against Soviet oil fields or British interests in India. Diplomatic pressure mounted throughout the summer of 1941. Britain and the Soviet Union repeatedly demanded the expulsion of German nationals from Iran, citing security concerns. Reza Shah, however, resisted, arguing that expelling them would violate Iran's neutrality and disrupt its development projects. He also feared that such a move would leave Iran vulnerable to Allied economic and political coercion. With diplomatic avenues exhausted and the strategic imperative growing, the Allies decided on military intervention. On August 25, 1941, Operation Countenance was launched, a coordinated Anglo-Soviet invasion of Iran. The British forces, primarily drawn from the British Indian Army, advanced from the south, targeting oil fields and key ports. Simultaneously, Soviet forces, comprising elements of the Transcaucasian Front, poured in from the north, aiming for major cities like Tabriz and Tehran. The invasion was swift and overwhelming. The Iranian military, though numerically significant, was poorly equipped, lacked modern training, and was largely unprepared for a two-front assault by seasoned armies. Iranian resistance, though valiant in isolated pockets, was quickly overcome. Naval bases were seized, airfields neutralized, and key communications centers captured within days. The sheer disparity in military might and the element of surprise ensured a rapid collapse of organized defense. The primary objectives were secured with minimal Allied casualties. The oil fields and the Abadan refinery were quickly brought under British control. Soviet forces established their presence in the northern provinces, securing vital rail lines and roads. The speed of the operation underscored the Allies' determination and the strategic importance they placed on Iran. The invasion's immediate political consequence was the forced abdication of Reza Shah Pahlavi. On September 16, 1941, under immense Allied pressure, he relinquished the Peacock throne. His son, the young Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, was installed as the new Shah, a move designed to ensure a more compliant Iranian government. Reza Shah, a towering figure who had modernized Iran, was exiled, first to Mauritius and then to South Africa, where he died in 1944. His removal marked a profound shift in Iranian politics, ushering in a period of significant foreign influence and a more constitutional monarchy. The new Shah, initially seen as a malleable figure, would later navigate decades of complex geopolitical challenges. With the new government in place, the Persian corridor was fully activated. This vital supply route became a lifeline for the Soviet Union, transporting millions of tons of war materials, including tanks, aircraft, trucks, and food, from the Persian Gulf ports through Iran to the Soviet border. It was a logistical marvel, involving thousands of Allied and Iranian workers. The corridor's efficiency was paramount to the Soviet war effort, especially during the critical years of 1942 and 1943. Without this continuous flow of Lend-Lease aid, the Red Army's ability to withstand the German onslaught and launch its counteroffensives would have been severely hampered. Iran, despite its neutrality, became an indispensable cog in the Allied war machine. While Operation Countenance achieved its immediate strategic goals, its long-term impact on Iran was profound and largely negative. The invasion deeply wounded Iranian national pride and fostered a pervasive sense of humiliation and betrayal. The forced occupation by foreign powers, despite Iran's declared neutrality, solidified a deep-seated mistrust of Western intentions. This historical grievance became a recurring theme in Iranian political discourse. The memory of foreign intervention, the imposition of a new monarch, and the perceived violation of sovereignty contributed significantly to the anti-Western sentiments that would simmer for decades. It reinforced the narrative of Iran as a victim of great power politics, a pawn in a larger game. The 1953 Anglo-American orchestrated coup, which overthrew the democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh and restored the Shah's absolute power, is often viewed as a direct continuation of this pattern of foreign interference. These events collectively cemented a historical memory of external manipulation, shaping Iran's strategic outlook and its approach to international relations. Even after the Allied forces withdrew in 1946, the scars of occupation remained. The experience fueled a desire for true independence and self-determination, influencing subsequent political movements and revolutions. Understanding this historical context is crucial for comprehending Iran's persistent emphasis on sovereignty and its often skeptical stance towards Western powers. The 1941 invasion of Iran is not merely a historical footnote. It is a foundational event that continues to shape the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. Iran's historical experience of foreign intervention, particularly by powers seeking to control its resources or strategic location, profoundly influences its contemporary foreign policy. This historical lens helps explain Iran's emphasis on developing indigenous capabilities, its pursuit of strategic autonomy, and its deep-seated suspicion of external influence. The memory of being a transit route for foreign armies and a battleground for great power, rivalries informs its current strategic calculations and its determination to project its own regional power. The events of 1941 underscore the enduring complexities of international relations, where strategic necessity can override principles of sovereignty and neutrality. For history buffs, Operation Countenance serves as a powerful reminder that even seemingly minor episodes in global conflicts can have monumental and lasting consequences, shaping national identities and international dynamics for generations. This often overlooked chapter of World War II offers invaluable insights into the historical roots of current tensions and the intricate web of cause and effect in global politics. By understanding the past, we gain a clearer perspective on the present and the potential trajectories of the future. If this deep dive into a pivotal, yet often forgotten moment in history has piqued your interest, then don't let your exploration end here. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What aspect of Operation Countenance surprised you most? Hit that like button if you found this analysis insightful, subscribe for more historical deep dives, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our next journey into the History Citadel.